Welcome back to Resist the Grind. In today's video, I'm going to show you how I carved the head and tail for a Viking memorial ship. Over the course of 2 weeks, people will be able to paint shields for someone they had lost throughout the year. Then the full ship will be burned in a ceremony. With this in mind, it was a bit daunting to take this on as my first carving project. I opted to start with the tail since I figured that would be the easier end to learn on. I found a design online that I wanted to use for this, so I traced it onto a piece of reclaimed floor joist, which I know is not the optimal piece of wood to learn on. But, as they say, the price was right. I've gone ahead and drawn the pattern onto here. What I'm going to do is cut it off here, and I think when I do this, I'm going to cut out around here but leave the bottom attached, and that way I have a place to clamp it down while I carve out the design after I've cut it out. For my channel, I always make sure that I explain when I am using power tools or hand tools. For this project, we will be using both. In the Viking Age, ships were the heart of Norse society, carrying warriors, traders, and families across the North Atlantic. Their clinker-built hulls and carved dragon heads and tails were believed to guard the crew and guide them on dangerous voyages. Here I am drilling a hole so that I can put the blade in it to do the inner parts of the scroll. If you don't have a scroll saw, you could also use a jigsaw to get similar kinds of results. After cutting out the rough design, it was time to move on to the detail work. For this, I used both a Dremel tool and carving knives and chisels. I recently did a green woodworking class where I learned to carve spoons, and this reclaimed lumber really makes me long for green wood. If you've done carving before, let me know what I'm doing wrong. I'm always looking for feedback so I can improve my technique. If you're interested in learning more about this memorial ship, I did a video last year at Pennsic where we went through the history and the final burning of this ship. I'll leave a link in the description below. I learned a lot on carving this tail, and after some final sanding, it was time to move on to the dragon head. Just like with the tail, I found my inspiration online. I cut out the pattern and then put it onto the wood. The main difference with the head is that I had to take into account much more carving details. So the first thing was to cut out the rough shape again. I've seen the tongue done a couple different ways. Some people made it as a separate piece and reattached it. I opted to just cut the carving out with the tongue attached. And for the head, I had to put the pattern on both sides of the piece of wood because they had to be identical. Periodically, I would have to look from side to side to make sure things matched up, and also used my ruler to make sure the distances were the same. Now that the head was rough cut, it was time to get on to the detail work. I started by using my Dremel tool to reduce the thickness on the back of the neck. After working my way through a couple of discs, I ran down to my local hardware store and they sell a saw blade that can attach to it, but it was like $30 and there was no way that was in my budget. so was off to the hand tools. I really enjoy when I can unplug the power tools and use the hand tools. You seem a little bit more connected with the piece. One tool I found that I really enjoy is the Shinto blade. It works great for removing rough material. Shout out to a great tool, but I'm not sponsored. I'm pretty happy with this saw bench I made based on plans from one from the Vasa shipwreck. It works well for these projects. I'm really hoping eventually to build a full-size workbench. These dragon heads are meant to instill fear into the enemies. However, this one is going on much more of a spiritual journey. As I said, each hand-painted shield honors a life lived, and when the vessel is burned, it simply marks their passage, a quiet moment of remembrance. For me, watching the memorial ship burning last year was deeply moving, and I was honored to be a small part in the building of this year's ship. Let me know if you will be attending Pennsic and painting a shield for the memorial ship. If not, let me know who you would paint one for if you had the opportunity. Next, it was time to put on the scales for the body of the dragon. As I said in the beginning, this was my first time carving, and so I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. Just a couple last details, and then we can head to Pennsic for the memorial burning. If you can't make it to Pennsic, definitely stay tuned. I'll have a full video come out after the burning and do this year's 2026 memorial ship build and burning. As always, I definitely appreciate you taking the time to watch my videos. Please hit like if you've enjoyed it. If you enjoy learning more about historic trades such as woodworking, blacksmithing, green woodworking, leatherworking, definitely hit that subscribe button